Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. We're two likable guys. My name is Josh Stanford.
And I'm Stephen Rowdy Knott.
Yeah. Oh.
Wait, it's Stephen Danger Knott.
It was for a while. It's back to it's Rowdy.
Oh,
now.
it's Rowdy again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because Danger was my middle name.
Yes.
It's not anymore.
It's got a family. It can't be.
Yeah. It's just Rowdy. Do you know why my middle name's Rowdy on there?
No.
Number one.
Days of Thunder?
Close. It's NASCAR related.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rowdy Yates?
Yeah. Rowdy, but that's the nickname of my favorite driver.
Oh.
Kyle Busch. I think we're just going to kind of play it by the hip today and kind of going to talk about some funny stuff to save money and a little bit. And then we're going to talk about life.
No telling if any of it's going to make it to the podcast.
We'll see what you think.
We'll call this the episode about nothing.
And everything all at the same time.
Oh. Enjoy.
Hi, how are you?
What you got on the agenda today?
Have you seen the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix?
I have not.
Okay, we won't talk about it.
I've seen a bunch of clips on various websites and stuff. I don't know if that's the one that you're referencing.
Did you hear about the Jewish rabbi?
No, I did not.
The Jewish rabbi was very distraught. His son came to him and said he had become a Christian. And he said he didn't know what to do. So he went to seek some knowledge from another Jewish rabbi. And the Jewish rabbi said, "You're not going to believe it, but my son too has converted and become a Christian." They said, we don't have any, all we can do is pray about it. So they started praying about it. And then they heard God. God looked down on them and said, "You guys are not going to believe this, but my son too." I like that joke. Oh, and it's after New Year's. So, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No.
I did. I'm gonna lose 50 pounds this year.
You gonna sell one of your kids?
No. Good news is I'm only 65 pounds away from the goal.
There you go.
Yeah. I had two topics in mind. One was real or funny ways to beat the rise in the price of consumer goods. Real or funny ways. Which is I think a very nice topic that would lend to some creative suggestions. And number two, on a more serious note, I always think that I want to teach. So it's like things I would tell myself when I was 14 or when I was younger. Do you have any advice you would give a younger Josh? Say you could go back 35 years to when you were 13, 12, 14, I don't know, in that range. Going into high school, if you could go back and tell yourself, and how would you make yourself listen?
Oh, there'd be no way I could make myself listen.
That's the problem.
At that age, kids know everything.
Yeah, and it gets worse just a couple years after that. They really do. I should say worse because we all go through it.
Oh, yeah.
But, we have family members that are teenagers now.
Oh, I don't.
I do. And the teenagers, they like to, you try to explain something to them and it becomes a joke,
mm-hmm.
or they automatically make fun of you,
Oh yeah, yeah.
which is what I'm 100% sure I did at that age.
That's why I don't have kids, man, because all the crap that I pulled, they coming back on me.
Well,
That's what I always heard growing up, you know.
Don't you think it's going to come back on you some other way?
No.
I think it will.
No, because I can always send kids on to their house. You kids get off my lawn.
What do you think about, well, how about this? Did you ever start smoking when you were, or smoking or tobacco of any kind when you were
Oh, yeah.
younger?
Yeah.
About how old were you? Roughly, doesn't matter.
I did probably 15, 16.
You're going to jail.
Going to jail.
You're locked up.
Yeah.
It was a trick. No, because I think the kids today have it, I don't know, the same or harder, because with the vapes, and they make at least then cigarettes tasted like cigarettes, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and it wasn't pleasant. I mean, the first time you smoke, you're coughing and hacking or whatever, but now they've got vapes that you go and you charge up and you get a beautiful strawberry flavor or whatever.
Strawberry cream.
Watermelon.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many flavors.
I can't stand that. I can't. I go on job sites and those guys are puffing on those vapes.
I am really glad that it has moved away from those that make the cloud of smoke or steam or smoky steam, whatever. Because you still see them in cars. You'll be going down the road and you're like, oh my God, that car is blowing up.
No. Or either they got the
dude just cracked his window and let the vape out. And
stickiest of the ickiest.
Yes.
Little skunky skunk.
Yeah, and that's something I don't understand either. Is that the new Delta 879?
Nobody understands that stuff.
But I've heard it will get you. It has some of the same effects as regular marijuana.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah, it's supposed to be legal weed, from what I've heard.
Yeah, good luck to that. I mean, I don't know that I have a problem with it. Just kids can get it even easier. It seems like, and
we did some plumbing work down on the North Shore for a new dispensary that opened up.
Oh, good.
And I could probably get him to come in to talk to us. There's another guy that we do work for that's got a dispensary and then grows their own stuff here in town in warehouses. And
grows their own stuff in town?
Oh, yeah.
That's legal?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you got to be permitted. You jump through all kinds of hoops, and state comes and inspects you and all that good stuff. But, yeah.
Wow. I did not know. Yeah, that would be interesting.
He's got a couple shops.
Yeah, and then we could offer
I think he may have went to Red Bank also. We
could offer people free chips for listening to the show.
Free chips?
Yeah, to listen to that show.
Little snacks?
Yeah, some snacks, some goods. Some I watch, man, my family and everything loves to watch Steve Harvey.
Oh yeah.
On the the Family Feud.
Oh yeah.
I think he's really taken that and made it his own. At least he wasn't like the original guy that used to fondle the contestants on a regular basis.
Got a little creepy there sometimes, didn't
Yeah. Hey, give me a kiss. If you ever go back and watch those old episodes.
I'm sure he slid some tongue to some people.
Oh, it is scary. It is scary. That's how we end up like the Christmas song that got banned.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. What else is going? Oh, you know what? I really want to touch on this.
I don't know if I'd use those words after mentioning mentioning, what was that old dude's name? Richard Dawson?
Richard Dawson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I've been watching a show on Netflix called Louder Milk.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's by one or two of the Farrelly brothers, but it's kind of a serious but comic type show. It's got the guy from Office Space. The main character, I can't think of his name. He was like, I really wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob. When he's talking about work. Have you ever seen Office Space?
Yeah, I've seen it, but it's been a
while.
Yeah.
But the main character in that is the main character in Loudermilk. And then one of my favorite comedians, Brian Regan, plays a supporting role.
Oh, yeah. And
it's really got some really funny stuff. And there was a point to this story that I can't remember now. The reason I brought it up. It's going to hit me in a second, and then I'm just going to blurt it out. Do you recall what we were speaking of right before I started that?
Something you wanted to touch on. You went into your Netflix thing.
Yeah, that still doesn't help me. Oh, but they talk about so many good stuffs. Yes, good stuffs in that.
Yeah.
But Brian Regan, he's like, man, this part isn't for me, and then they put him in it, and he's great in it. They're all recovering alcoholics, and Loudermilk, the guy from Office Space, is he's the not counselor, but the person in charge of the meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And he helps the guy, like they're sitting at this booth, and he's eating with this other guy that's a doctor, and a guy starts choking across from him. And he looks over and says, "Doctor, are you going to help that guy?" He's like, "I'm assessing the situation." And the guy was like, so the guy started getting up. He was running around. And so Loudermilk goes over there and gives him the Heimlich maneuver, spits it out. And the doctor was he's like, why'd you choke there, doctor? He's like, and then he calls him Dr. Choke and stuff. And he's like, I was assessing the situation. He was fine. He's like, no, he wasn't. He was dying. He couldn't breathe. He was like going around holding his throat. So I think it's an episode later. The guy comes up to him and says, are you Loudermilk? He says, yeah. He said, consider yourself served. Like, what? What did I do? He said, you broke my client's ribs when you gave him the Heimlich maneuver. And that's what the doctor was saying, that's why he wasn't getting involved. And that, my friend, is what's wrong with the world today.
Exactly. Too much litigation.
There's something wrong with the world today. I don't know what it is. Okay, we really need to go over some real or funny ways to beat the rise in consumer goods with inflation stuff. My first thought is to would help me out, especially with my New Year's resolution, is to just not eat.
Just stop.
Stop eating.
Yeah.
I would really like to know how long I could live off body fat. And whatever the average person could live it off, I'm sure I could triple that. You think even the water at my shop would be safe to drink? Because I've been a little leery of it. It probably is good of anything, though.
I mean, it's good old Hickson Utility District water.
Yeah. And it's probably delicious. I've probably been missing out.
I wouldn't drink from the hose.
Well, what's the problem with drinking from a hose?
It's all the chemicals that go in the hose.
I've done that all my life.
Mm-hmm.
That explains a lot.
And all the lead in the hose bibs that you were drinking from.
Oh, is that true? See, because I often wondered, people like, oh, and I saw, speaking of drinking water out of a hose, they were like, this guy said, it was a younger guy who didn't understand the older generation. He said, you people who drink out of a hose, what was the deal? Could you not just go inside and get a glass of water? And they're like, do you want to tell him or do you want me to tell him? He's like, we were not allowed inside.
Yeah.
We had to stay outside. If you wanted something to drink, it was either out of the hose or you had to hike 2 miles down to the gas station and spend money you didn't have. Which leads me...
You just go to the creek.
Yes. Which leads me to my next point of real or funny ways to beat the rise in consumer goods.
Mm-hmm.
Theft.
Well, apparently it's working out pretty good, especially if you live in California.
And evidently what you need to do is you need to get a group of you and your friends.
Yeah.
And you go into the store and you overwhelm them all at once.
Yeah.
And I think most of their store's policies are to
let you get it.
They don't want confrontation.
Can't touch them.
Yeah. See, this is a pretty good topic. Can you think of,
I love watching these idiots on TV. And especially when they start rioting. They start protesting out in the streets, and then they're going to loot something.
Oh, yeah. I feel sorry.
I saw them loot a Little Caesars one day.
A Little Caesars?
Yeah.
Where'd they going to get their $5 pizza?
I don't know.
It doesn't, that stuff does not make the Southern a lick of sense to me.
No.
I mean, what? I mean, it's so brazen, and so why does somebody how do you get beat to the point where you think you're the only way to make things right is if do you think what do you think their motivation is? I guess that's probably my problem. Is it just gain?
I guess they're sticking it to the man.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's the only thing I can figure.
Because they're not going to make a whole lot of money off of, I
wouldn't think so.
Especially if they're grabbing stuff out of a shop that hadn't sold yet. I mean, they're probably going to get like 4 extra smalls and 2 extra large T-shirts, jackets.
Go loot the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, no, that would be the biggest waste of all. I mean, if you're going to loot somewhere, but even then...
Go uptown.
Well, but even then, if you go to...
Don't loot in your own neighborhood.
If you go to a jewelry store and loot at a jewelry store, then what are you going to do? Go pawn the stuff for, like...
Scrap prices.
Yeah. 0.5% of what it's worth?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's still more than what they had.
I guess, but it doesn't seem like the smartest...
Well, I mean, the police ain't going to do nothing to them. What they got to lose, Steve?
And it's true. Even if they get arrested, most places have no bond, no, OR bonds are like the thing now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and major companies are shutting down stores just because they're not profitable because people are coming in and stealing from them. If
you were going to loot a store... Man, I really think I would be headed to the Home Depot. I mean, I'd get me some of those power tools and stuff
get you some of those Milwaukee pack out rollers, its own rollers, and fill them suckers up.
Or just go get one of those roll around toolboxes. Open up the drawers as you go by, putting stuff in, slide it out. But then the problem is going to be picking it up and putting it on your Prius.
Tight to your hitch and hope for the best. Hope it makes it all the way home.
Yeah, because they've got hitch supplies, I believe. I mean, you could probably even wire you in some tail lights, I'm sure that wouldn't look suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at all.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
We can cut back. Cut back is a good way to save money.
Oh, well, I was gonna keep on going with
Go ahead. Yeah,
keep on going with our thing.
So what can we do?
I was gonna I was just we were going on the looting and stealing and stuff. I was gonna jump ship and go to start talking about self checkouts.
Oh.
Have you seen where Dollar General has remodeled most of their stores and they've put 3 or 4 of those self-checkout machines.
Right.
Well, now they're closing them.
No, I didn't see that.
Because people, they're losing too much product.
Surprise.
Because of the self-checkouts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I've heard there's like huge penalties to pay if you accidentally miss an item or you're trying to steal an item, whatever the case.
Walmart getting you on that, yeah, because they've got video on their stuff, and then they can accuse you of stealing from them.
That's bothersome.
Take you to court.
I like to just go through the line.
Well, I do too when they've got one open.
I really thought that was funny. Like somebody had posted, like, "Hey, everybody that uses self checkouts, when is our Christmas party?"
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
I liked it. If you were going to loot a store, what kind of store would you loot?
Oh, it'd have to be Home Depot or Walmart.
Why don't they just loot a bank?
Because that's a federal crime if you do that.
Well, I mean, if they steal enough.
The feds and the Secret Service will come after you for that.
I guess because there's usually a guard with a gun. Although in the movies they always portray him as like a 80-year-old man that Barney Fife type with one bullet. And hold on a minute, honey.
Do you go to banks much?
No.
I still bank and I'll go in and stuff. I don't write checks. I tell everybody I write one check a year, and that's to the government. But there's not armed guards in banks anymore.
Oh, really? Yeah, as you can see, I don't go to banks.
I can't remember the last time I saw one. I know it's been 2 years at least, or when I went out, I guess before the pandemic.
I use apps. I take pictures of checks.
Digital banking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not. I've started doing that, making mobile deposits and stuff like that. I can't accept payment digitally, as you found out yesterday.
Yes,
but
which we need to.
The company just started
accepting cards.
Yeah, we just jumped.
Was this 1982?
Yeah.
Did you get your cell phone in the suitcase too?
Yeah, sure did.
Oh, kids are going to miss out on the expansion of cell phones and how amazing that was, and seeing Zach Morris with that brick.
The brick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In class, everybody wanting to be the guy with the brick.
There's a lot of stuff that has come along in our lifetime.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that it made us better to an extent, but it's also gotten us a little behind, and that's why kids are advancing in computers and stuff much easier than we did, because we see a manual way to do stuff and they see a electronic way to do it.
Yeah.
It's what it's going to be. I did see where Hertz canceled, like, I don't remember what it was, but a large percentage of electric cars.
Oh yeah, they're selling like a third of their fleet that they got, and they haven't received all of them yet.
Yes,
and they're already getting rid of some.
Yep, we don't need those anymore.
I heard that on the radio today actually, and they were talking about how people rent them from there, and then they don't give them a tutorial about how to work.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And if you've never had an electric car before, it's going to be different.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'd be lost. I mean,
even the hybrids are different. Now, I have a little experience with a hybrid now, and so far, if you're just going for gas mileage, if you want something that's not fully electric, I mean, it's really amazing. Recently, my wife purchased a hybrid because she's driving a lot for her job, and we really needed to get something. Two parts of this story are really good. We needed to get something that got really good gas mileage and was super reliable and something we could trust. Now,
so you got the wind up Yugo.
We got a Yugo with the little crank.
Yeah. Or the key crank.
Yeah.
On the back.
Yeah. No, actually, you go out to the front of the motor and you crank to get it started.
Low Model Ts. Huh?
Yes.
I got you.
She went from a vehicle that was getting them almost 20 miles to the gallon to her current vehicle gets 51 miles to the gallon.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Which is, it really, if you balance everything out, it almost pays for itself. Almost. Not quite. But in the end, it'll be beneficial because then she'll have a vehicle. As long as it doesn't have too many miles on it, it'll be something that will still have value in it. And then that will make it over the top worth it in the grand scheme of things when you consider insurance, fuel that she was spending, insurance she was spending versus the new, versus the payment, versus whatever. But I've never been a big believer in buying a new car.
Right.
It's forever and a day the bill has been sold. Well, you drive it off the parking lot and you lost $5,000 or a percentage of whatever it is, which may be true, but the used car market right now is so insane. We came up and we found I was pretty much dead set on wanting her, trying to direct her to get something used. And we found the exact same vehicle she ended up buying with, I think it had 16,000 miles. And I would just talk to these people in out the door prices. The out the door price on this vehicle from a very reliable used car source of mine that I've used in the past, my family has used in the past probably 10 times on vehicles in the past 15, 20 years. The used price was $26,000 for a 2023 model with, I want to say 12,000 miles. And we were okay with that compared to everything else that was on the market.
Yeah.
And I got to looking and I saw that the sticker price for a brand new vehicle, 2023 model, was, I want to say 23.5.
So 23.5 for a brand new one.
And then, but that's not out the door yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I wonder what the out the door price. I've heard nightmares of people, of dealers rather, upcharging for new stock on the lot. And a lot of dealers around here do that. So if you go see, there'll be like this is the sticker price, and then below it will be a additional fee, like a dealer fee that they're just trying to make extra profit on, like $1,000, $2,000 or whatever they decide. And this happens a lot, it's not uncommon. It happens a lot with like specialty vehicles. Like there was a special edition Ford Mustang here a couple years ago.
The Van Davis version?
Yes, the Van Davis racing Mustang, which was a factory Ford car, but there was only, I don't know, 200 or so, maybe 1,000 made. I don't know how many, but
with special pinstripes on it.
It had a special motor, and it was like a very special high horsepower.
I was just talking about the ones that they do, just the little minimum.
No, I'm talking about
things, stock.
Oh, yeah.
And they,
body side moldings.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Yes, but this one was the sticker price on it, I want to say, was $59,000. And I went and asked them, I said, what would it take to get that? I was actually thinking that it was going to be sticker or right below, and it was approximately $25,000 more.
Yeah.
Because you just couldn't buy them. I mean, they were in supply and demand thing.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
So the used car, evidently, people,
mm-hmm.
people, that reminds me of a joke.
Let's just keep on going.
Where was I at in my story? I don't even remember now.
You talked about the $59,000 car that jumped up to 80.
All right. So, which is something that the dealers will often do, and so I kind of expected, with supply and demand being what it is, the dealer gets the car on the lot, and it'll go up in price because they have it in stock. But we got to looking for this specific vehicle, and right down the road in Dalton, there was one coming that it was considered en route. It was in their stock. It was for that company, but it wasn't there yet. So I called them up and I said, "How much?" Out the door. I don't just whatever you charge. Let me know. I mean, I'm not trying to haggle with price right now. I just want to know what out the door.
Right.
And they sent me back something, and it was real close to the $26,000 that we were looking at for the used vehicle. And I said, "Well, how long till it gets it?" They said it should be here within 2 weeks. It's like, okay. I said, okay, how would we go about purchasing that, or like making sure it was ours? And they said, "We just put like $500 down, and then when we go do the deal, we'll take it off. And if you don't buy it, though, we could keep the money. And but if something goes wrong with the car, you'll get the money back, or you can use it on another car." So I believe they ended up, and they were honest about their price. The price out the door was $27,300. So what we did, instead of getting
paid cash for that, right?
Absolutely not.
Just peeled them off some hundreds.
Yeah. Only if I could have borrowed it from you. 20, so here, 2020.
Well, you know what they say.
No.
You can do something in one hand and wish another.
Yeah. One of my hands is getting really heavy.
Wet.
Oh. And brown. Anyway.
Sorry.
The one vehicle that we were going to buy used from a reputable source, with 12,000 miles, 26,000 even out the door. Brand new, same vehicle, same color, same options, same everything. Brand new, 0 miles, warranty, factory warranty, all this other stuff. $27,300. Paid $1,300 for
16,000 less miles.
Yeah, or whatever.
Whatever
12,000.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, roughly. So I think, and I was like, because I felt bad, because it's still new, but the way they worked it is if you put a deposit on the car, the price would not go up when it ended up on the lot. But sometimes...
So you made that deposit, it locked it in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were very nice about it.
And you got it from Dalton?
Yeah.
What did you get? I don't even remember the make and everything. What'd you...
Porsche.
Yeah. G-Wagon.
Ferrari. Mercedes G-Wagon. Hybrid. Toyota Corolla Hybrid.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, North Georgia Toyota. They did me right. I like them. I'd recommend them. They were good. Anyway.
Well, that's one way you can cut back on spending money is get you a hybrid. Less gas.
Yep, that's pretty good. Thank you for tying that in.
A full circle.
Yeah. It's the cycle of life. All right. Any other ways that come to mind? You can save money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not spend it.
Yeah, save money.
Become single.
Yeah. Yes, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one. Mm-hmm. And to sit in the dark a lot.
Yes.
Not have any lights on.
Yes.
Keep your doors shut What was that when we were kids? You run outside in the summertime, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Yeah, that's why the doors are locked.
Letting all the cold air out. That's why we had to drink from a hose.
Every time.
The hose pipe.
Uh-huh.
What you drinking from the hose pipe for?
Did you also get every time you open that refrigerator, that's a nickel? Or I don't know.
No,
I've
I didn't
got
get that one.
Yeah. Every time you open that refrigerator, it costs me a nickel.
Oh, okay.
Lets all that air out, and it's got to build back up. And it takes at least a nickel pictured up.
Well, that's always got you letting the cold air out.
I wonder, the people that drank the water at Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
No, I seriously wonder if they would have had like filters for their water, if it would have been a problem. Would those filters have gotten out enough of the bad stuff that was going in? I don't even know.
How many people you think's on that lawsuit?
I would say several million. And do you know how many people actually live there? A couple 100,000. No, I don't know.
Well, he was talking about everybody that went through there.
That was a math joke.
I got you.
Math is funny. Oh, man.
But, they're all going to get $100 check. And the lawyers will get millions and millions.
Any way to save money on cable and internet?
I mean, you buy you a digital antenna and get rid of cable.
Is there a horse in here?
I thought we were building links for a minute.
Hey, where are the brownies?
Yeah, well, you don't get no brownies here.
Jennifer making some brownies upstairs, bringing us down some brownies in a minute.
I don't believe so.
Well, that's not any fun. We, what? One thing I've done is used. I have gone from. I had a computer for a long time, and the only time I use a computer now is for business related stuff.
Oh yeah.
And so if I want to do something on a computer, I do it on my phone. Everything.
I'd much rather use a computer than do anything on my phone.
Well,
which we're Apple house here. I don't have Apple computer, but Apple phones, iPads. Jennifer will sit and look up stuff on her phone rather than use her iPad. Well, I would think, when I get onto her, use the iPad. It's a bigger screen.
I just like the phone, the convenience. I know how to work it real easy. I can sit there and I can hit just voice to text, and after
I can't ever get my voice to text to
after
work.
the 12th time of deleting everything and going back and writing it in, it finally comes out and answers the question I was looking for.
Siri doesn't understand hillbilly.
Yeah. What time is it in Australia? Then they come back. Who cares? Yeah. It's none your business.
None your business what time it is.
Yeah. You can rename your Alexa and call it
Bob.
Yep. Hey, Bob.
Yeah. I don't have any Alexa products.
Oh, we've got a few. I think one good way to save money, block Amazon. Block them. Just block them. It's, Amazon is the king of convenience.
Oh, well, it's getting to be everything.
Amazonnesia. You ever do that?
No, I've never done that. I know people who have.
I haven't
at night and buy stuff, and then stuff just appears, and I'm like, what is this? Usually there's alcohol involved when that happens.
Well, no, not for me.
For most people.
I order stuff, like I order a lot of auto parts and auto supplies online.
Right.
It's just cheaper. It's easier. It comes, I don't have to go get it. It comes right to me. And a lot of times I'll get a package and be like, what is this? And they're like, oh. And like the worst thing is now, and I'm like in my head, I was looking through my orders recently. I also do eBay a lot. I was looking through my orders, and I'd ordered something from eBay about a month ago, and it said, it didn't have a tracking number in it. I was like, oh wow, this is taking too long. So I clicked, return, or it never showed up. And it said, and I didn't read the fine print. It said, oh, it's not scheduled to be delivered till January 19th. I was like, oh crap. I ordered it from China. And so it is literally on a slow boat from China.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's probably going to have to take a different route.
Oh man. Yeah, but buying stuff online, they're making it way too easy for all that.
I've heard a rumor of it's going to be harder to return stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like it's going to, no more free returns.
No, they're getting rid of all that. Amazon don't guarantee the 2-day anymore.
Oh, it's like maybe a week.
Yeah. But you're paying extra for Prime because
it was
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
Free shipping.
Kind of seems like they're going against their little agreement they had, huh?
I smell a class action lawsuit here.
Hey, he's got to pay for that penis-shaped rocket somehow.
Who are you talking about?
Bezos.
Bezos isn't the king of Amazon anymore.
Not anymore, but it just sounded good. Hey, don't knock me, man. You're telling the bad dad jokes, and then you get on me about my penis-shaped rocket.
Hey. High school superlatives? No. Dang it. I forgot.
Oh, we're going to do that.
No, I was going to talk. There was something else I wanted to say, and I remembered it, and then my mic cut out. And I've tried to talk to you about this for 2 days, and I cannot think of it now. Hold on. Let me get in the Wayback Machine. Oh, yes. It has something to do with superlatives. We need to contact our old buddy, not really old buddy, friend, our old acquaintance who plays a professional sport. And you only learn this.
Oh, yeah.
You only learn this at your, 75th high school reunion.
Right. I feel that way sometimes, yeah. Yeah, we do need to get in touch with him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know.
I didn't know that there was a such thing as...
But I shouldn't have been surprised, though. Let's not say what it is yet.
It is a crazy...
Because there is a league for everything.
Yeah, but...
But I just never would have thought. But, I mean...
I never would have thought we would have known somebody.
Yeah, well, that,
I mean, but this guy, from what I remember, has played sports. I'm pretty sure, and we can, if we get him on, we can ask him. But I think he even played some college, or at least some junior college baseball.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. And now he's a professional athlete. At what? He's almost got to be almost 50 now, right?
Yeah.
And he's still a professional athlete. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Which brings me to high school superlatives.
Oh, and I want to do a whole show on this now. So we'll do just a little short segment. I don't know if it'll make the podcast or not.
It's fine.
But
I just wanted something. I was thinking, let me ask you a question. When you were in high school, and did you have any high school, the people who got the different superlatives, most likely to succeed, most athletic, and then do you remember any of the others? All right, those are the two.
It's like most school spirit.
Okay, yeah.
Most talented.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Okay. Most talented, I expected to be, famous, at least at the minimum, to have done stuff most athletic, you assume they're going to go play pro sports. At least I did when I was in high school and saw these people. I thought, man, they're so talented. They're gonna make it. Most likely to succeed. I wonder if Bezos was in that category in his high school.
Yeah, I doubt it.
And then most school spirit, I totally expected them to be a cracked out hoe. I'm just kidding. Shock value. No. I could see them being strung out on something though. I don't know who it is, and it's nothing personal. I don't know for my class or your class. I don't have a clue. I remember who was most athletic, I believe, and I believe that's all I remember. There was a male and female on each one.
I would be more apt to remember the people from middle school, junior high, the superlatives from that, more than I would from high school.
Oh, no, that would be funny. If we could go back to there, and if we knew any of those people still, we could call them up.
I know a bunch of those people still. I saw a bunch of them at the reunion.
I think you really need to just go in through there and cut up some of the screw ups, and we'll just play the screw ups and have this is going to be a ridiculous episode of us talking and just Steve messing up really badly.
I just figured we'd just bill it as the episode about nothing.
Yes. Yes. And we'll call it Seinfeld's.
No, we can't do that. We might get sued.
Yeah. Really, what are they going to get?
Yeah, well, I know, but still.
But you don't want to get banned from different platforms or whatever. But that's two superlatives I remember. And I don't even know if they both played college ball anywhere or anything. But Gerald Ware, I believe he had was supposed to play for UT, and then I heard he hurt his leg.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'd love to hear that.
Sounds familiar.
I would love to hear that story and love to see what he's doing now. I think he plays drums in Nashville.
Yeah.
And the other was Dana Henshaw was the female.
Yeah.
And I know she got married, and that's about all I remember. I thought she played ball or softball or something.
Yeah, she played softball. I think she went to ETSU or something, or Tennessee Tech, wasn't it?
I don't know. But what's crazy is when we were in school, especially, you talk about junior high. In junior high, they were amazing. And then in high school, they were still top of the class.
Oh, yeah, all county, yeah.
I remember talking to one guy in my class, Ricky Bridgman. And I was like, Ricky, did you play football? He's like, had trouble with his knees and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I played football. I said, oh, really? I don't remember you out there so much. What position did you play?
He said, bitch.
No, it was there. Went my mic again. No, there it is.
Yeah, I think there's some. I think we may be clipping out a little bit.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a little excited.
No, you talk about Rick Bridgman getting worked up.
Rick Bridgman got me all excited. That didn't sound right. But I said, really? Well, I don't remember. What position did you play? He said, oh, they gave me the ball when Gerald didn't want to run. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. So he was evidently a running back.
Yeah.
Man, I've got a new favorite running back in high school that I expect big things out of, and a new favorite kicker.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Both go to Boyd Buchanan.
Wow.
And you need to be on the lookout for these guys. The running back is a guy named Tavo Davis. He's also my bodyguard over at the shop.
Security. Shop security.
Shop security. He's nice. And the kicker is Ethan Lane.
Related to Nathan Lane?
I'm sure they are not.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
No, but I think he is related to Elaine Change. Oh, gosh. funny story. Though I know Ethan Lane's father. His name's Mark. He's a good guy. Do a lot of work for him. Done work for him for years. And Mark has a sister, and this was 20, 30 years ago. No, it would have had to have been 20 something years ago. Could have been, because it was I owned Classic Auto Care, because that's when I had started doing some work for them, but and got to know his family, and his sister set me up on a date. True story. Set me on a date with a girl who did traffic, and I didn't realize it was a stage name. I should have. I mean, everybody else did. I just didn't even think about it. But set me up on a date with Elaine Change. True story. I don't remember her real name. It was one date. It didn't work out. It was, I don't know what happened, but it was really funny. I wish there was a recording of that evening, because I was on fire with my jokes that night.
I'm sure you were.
I mean, the one that I can remember the best was the waitress came over, and I was wanting some more salad dressing or something. It was actually at the old Applebee's that was inside of Northgate Mall.
Yeah.
That's, give you a little bit of idea of, it was a while back. But she came over and she said, "Oh, would you like anything else?" And she looked at the two, there was four of us. I think there was me and Elaine Change, and her friend and another guy. And the waitress came over and said, "Would you like anything else?" And the waitress looked at the two girls, and they were like, "No, that's okay." And then I thought she would look at me, but she didn't. And so I was looking down. She had turned around and started to walk off, and I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'd like some." And she wasn't there, so they laughed at me, and so I just played it off. And so then every time the waitress would come, I'd wait till she turned around to walk off, and I would ask for something else. It was a riot. I was like, "Can I get the, I'd really love some more drink." And the table was rolling. It was a good time. Yeah. In junior high, did you sign your annual? Like, did you sign
saying that it was mine?
No, you signed your other people's annuals,
Yeah, I signed other people's. I didn't sign my own.
Well, no, of course not. But
that's what you just asked me.
All right. Well, I went through and I found one of my junior high annuals, and all the people that I are still friends with and knew, I took pictures of what they wrote and sent it to them, or posted it on Facebook and tagged them.
I think I remember that.
It was pretty neat. And I think one person took a picture of what I wrote them and sent it back. Kendra Pearson actually did that. She was awesome. That was some good stuff, Dr. Josh.
Thank you, Nurse Steve.
Yeah, I'm like Nurse Fokker.
Whoa.
Yeah, from
whoa.
What was his Gaylord Fokker. Yes. Fun, man. I can't wait to start on these other episodes where we get to really give it to the man.
That doesn't sound right.
Oh, it's not. Well, okay, but seriously, don't go loot anywhere. That's ridiculous. You're better than that. You are, I promise. We sure do appreciate you guys listening today. And stay tuned for next time when we give away 3 million hand claps. Just kidding.
That's all you.
I'm going to give you 2. Not 2 million.
2 claps.
2 claps.
That way you can say you got the clap from Steve.
Yo! Anyway. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. My name is Stephen Knott. This is my excellent co-host,
Josh
Stanford. And you know what? Check us out next time because we're coming back at you really quick. We like you, and we hope you... Actually, we like you, and we know you like us too.
Oh, wow.
We know it.
We know it.
Yeah, people...
There's some people that disagree with you.
Well, they're wrong. Later.
Stole my line.